The federal Liberals are fiddling while Canada burns. That's what I think is happening when the federal Liberals are focusing on their GST holiday, which is a gimmick. It's nothing more than a gimmick. 2 months of no GST on a limited number of goods. And then the GST comes back on all those goods after the Christmas rush is over. That's a gimmick. A $250 check to working Canadians. That's a gimmick too. It says, love us. Please love us. Love us like you used to love us in 2015. Remember when we walked on water, we could do no wrong? You loved us then. Why don't you love us now? Here's $250. Love us again, please. That's all that is. It's a re-election gimmick. It's not going to do anything for the economy. It's not going to do anything long-term for the affordability of everyday life on the part of ordinary Canadians. It's just a gimmick that's fiddling around while Canada burns. And what do I mean by Canada burns? Well, today, Statistics Canada came out and said for the 6th consecutive quarter and the 7th quarter in the last 9, our per capita GDP has declined. Per capita GDP is the best measure there is of how wealthy a country is. And ours has declined basically for about 2.25 years. The Liberals' industrial policies, its tax policies, its spending policies are so bad that our economy is very slow. And yet at the same time, they're still allowing, I know they've said that they've cut back on immigration, but they're still allowing somewhere between 90 and 100,000 people a month into Canada. Those people have to have a place to stay. They have to have work. They have to have health care. That just eats into our national wealth. I'm not against immigration. Half that much immigration or a third that much immigration would be fantastic. But the Liberals have simply opened the doors at a time when they have also suppressed the economy. That's what I mean when I say they're fiddling with this GST gimmick of theirs at a time when Canada is burning. And they won't put out the fire. Are they reducing their spending, which is part of the pressure on inflation in this country? No. They said last spring, that the budget deficit this year would be about $40 billion. Well, now it's closer to 50. And I'm thinking that if they give in to the NDP's blackmail on these $250 checks that they're going to send to working Canadians, the NDP want that program greatly expanded. I'm guessing that by the end of the fiscal year next March, the deficit is going to be closer to $55 billion. So they're not reducing spending. That's one of the ways the country's burning. Are they reducing their borrowing? No, they don't have a lot more income coming in, so they have to borrow all this money they're spending. And that puts pressure on you getting a loan for a car or a house. It puts pressure on inflation because it puts pressure on the Bank of Canada to raise the interest rates again. They are fiddling while Canada burns. And you want a very good example of that. Since the Liberals came to office in 2015, the Canadian economy, the Canadian per capita income, has increased by only about 5 percentage points. In the United States, in that same period from 2015 till now, it has risen 25 percentage points, 5 times what Canada's income per capita has risen. And that's what I mean when I say the Liberals are fiddling with this GST gimmick while Canada burns, and they're doing nothing to put out the fire. For Postmedia, I'm Lorne Gunter.